Drastic cuts to reshape the federal government's health agencies have now begun. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says about 10,000 full-time workers are on the chopping block.
Nearly a quarter of them are at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, based right here in Atlanta. Today, before dawn, notices of dismissal started going out. Fox 5's Tyler Finger covering that angle for us. He's live in DeKalb County, outside the CDC headquarters, with the night's new details. Tyler?
Tom, good evening to you. You may be able to hear the honks. Protesters have been outside CDC headquarters on and off all day today. Take a look behind me. They are on every single corner here. The people out here say the cuts undermine public health, while the federal government says it's needed to streamline operations. A show of support outside the CDC Tuesday, just hours after mass layoffs got underway at the nation's public health agencies.
As far as this is concerned, this is on a whole new level, of letdown.
A now former CDC employee who asked not to be identified showed us the email she got Tuesday morning letting her know of her termination. She says her entire department, which worked on HIV, STDs, and tuberculosis, was let go Tuesday.
When you actually get the email, then you get the enormity of what actually is going to be happening.
The cuts at the CDC are part of sweeping changes underway at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Those agencies, among other things, track disease outbreaks, conduct medical research, and monitor the safety of medicine.
We're going to eliminate an entire alphabet soup of departments and agencies while preserving their core functions.
It was announced last week about 10,000 full-time employees will be laid off from the agencies like the Food and Drug Administration and the CDC. HHS says the CDC will lose about 2,400 people as it returns to its core mission of preparing for and responding to epidemics and outbreaks.
I want to promise you now that we're going to do more with less.
For those in favor of the government downsizing, they believe universities and other groups will pick up some of the research to help save the federal government money.
We are out of control with the federal government with a deficit. And so I think both parties ought to be concerned about we've got to trim government. We've got to be more efficient.
A former CDC employee turned Emory University professor believes the country will be less safe health-wise going forward.
These are folks who are working quietly to change systems, to improve prevention methods, to integrate them into healthcare in our daily lives.
Secretary Kennedy says the cuts being made will save taxpayers nearly $2 billion every single year. These protesters are planning to be out here for at least the next hour. We are live in DeKalb County tonight. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Tyler, thanks. Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff gave his reaction to the layoffs. In a statement, Senator Ossoff said, quote, that the Trump administration's war on the CDC continues and the attack on America's public health agency leaves Americans exposed to deadly outbreaks.